Tonight on Ctv3 News, the wife of Aurelio Perez Jr., the man who was fatally knocked down and left on the pavement, is asking Corozal cops to bring the driver of the vehicle to justice. A man from Orange Walk is fined $2,000 for shipping more than the legal amount of cannabis to Belize. The Commission of Inquiry into the Sugar Industry to commence its first set of public hearings on Tuesday, August 27th. And the Ministry of Sustainable Development and Climate Change hosts Climate Week 2024 here in Orange Walk. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, August 26th, 2024.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speed flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Vacancy. A vacancy exists at Centaur Communications Corporation Limited for a video editor videographer in the media department. As a video editor videographer, you will be responsible for capturing and editing video content for various platforms, including social media, websites, and promotional campaigns. Key responsibilities: capture high-quality video footage for various projects, including interviews for news and morning show, events, and promotional materials. Edit and assemble footage into polished final products, incorporating graphics, sound, and effects as needed. Assist in the broadcasting of the morning show and evening news. Collaborate with the creative team to brainstorm and develop concepts for video projects. Manage multiple projects simultaneously, ensuring deadlines are met and quality is maintained. Qualifications: you must possess experience as a videographer and video editor, proficiency in video editing software, Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects, DaVinci Resolve, Adobe Audition, and Photoshop, experience with camera equipment and lighting setups, eye for detail, ability to work independently and collaboratively in a fast-paced environment, ability to work flexible hours, excellent communication and organizational skills, willing to learn vMix, TriCaster, Data Video, and vMix UTC if no experience. Interested applicants may submit a letter of application along with their resume, 2 letters of reference, and a police record no later than Friday, August 30, 2024 to Human Resources Manager, Centaur Communications Corporation Limited, 61 Queen Victoria Avenue, Orange Walk Town.
The BTIA Orange Rock chapter does it once again with the 7th annual Tourism Expo. Come out on Saturday, August 24th, 2024 as of 10 a.m. at the Orange Rock Central Park and get great deals with BMDC, Hello Bali Belize, Enchantment, and much more. Or visit informational booths including BTIA, RFNG, BTB, and Digi. There will be lots of foods and drinks to choose from. Throughout the day, embrace our melting pot of culture with presentations from the Palmar Dance and Cultural Group with their Baile de la Cabeza, and a special demonstration by the Kinich Aha Pok the Pok team and a Baile del Machete. Enjoy the dynamic musical entertainment by the Super Furia Band along with other local artists such as Tiny Melodies and Daddy Flow. Ignite your pre-September celebration engine and come out to BTA's Orange Rock Tourism Expo from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturday, August 24th. See you there. This event is brought to you in partner by Orange Rock Town Council, Central Communications Company Limited, Diamond Sponsors, Belize Tourism Board, Belize Marketing and Development Corporation. Co-sponsors Digi1, Beltrade, Atlantic Bank Limited, Quasar Security Limited, DFC. Silver sponsors Atlantic Insurance Company, RFNG, Madisco, Zeta Purified Water and Ice, Victoria House Resort and Spa, GSCOM, Program for Belize, Cocina Sabor, Oceana, Panificadora La Popular, and Courts.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. A man from Orange Walk who resides currently in the United States has been ordered to pay $2,000 in fines after shipping more than the maximum allowed amount of marijuana in a box from Florida. Ermelinda Aragon, 59, works in Florida as a property caretaker and maintenance person. He previously shipped boxes of items to Belize and on August 19th went to pick them up at the Port of Belize compound in Belize City. However, a search of the boxes produced 18 grams of cannabis in a glass jar. Aragon was charged with importation of controlled drugs similar to drug trafficking and appeared in court on Friday last where he pleaded guilty. He told the magistrate that he uses the drug to relieve symptoms of insomnia, anxiety, and arthritis due to bad knees, and that in Florida you can walk into certain stores and purchase marijuana in small quantities. He said he mistook the amount of cannabis one can have in person and sent to Belize, which is 10 grams. Aragon faced as much as a $10,000 fine and 3 years imprisonment, but as a first-time offender, he was spared in order to pay $3,000, discounted by a third to $2,000, and cost of court due by November 29th. Failure to pay the fine will lead to 1 year in jail. On August 1st, 2024, a man was knocked down in Corazon and left for dead on the pavement. The incident happened around 9:30 p.m. and the victim was identified as 32-year-old Aurelio Perez Jr. Almost 1 month later, the driver of the vehicle that fatally knocked down Perez is yet to be identified. Today, Perez's wife spoke to our reporter, Elmer Cornejo, and called on authorities to bring the driver of the vehicle to justice.
This is 32-year-old Aurelio Perez Jr. He is the father of 4 children, all minors, 2 boys and 2 girls. Aurelio's eldest son began high school today, but he is not here to witness that momentous occasion because he is dead. Aurelio Perez Jr. was killed in a road traffic accident between miles 81 and 82 on the Philip Colston Highway near South End, Corazon on August 1, 2024. He was the victim of a hit and run, and until today, police have not been able to detain the driver of the vehicle. Today, a desperate Sarita Perez called on the authorities to fast-pace their investigation and bring the person responsible for the deadly hit and run to justice.
Queremos hacerle un llamado al conductor que estuvo manejando ese vehículo ese día. Pues atropelló a una persona y como se le puede decir, fue un hit and run. Lo atropelló, se fue y lo dejó. Él no sabe las consecuencias. Tenía 4 hijos y pues dejó a 4 niños sin papá. Y la verdad, pues eso es algo muy triste. Los familiares, todos, estamos muy tristes porque era algo que no esperábamos. Él apenas estaba llegando de trabajar. Tenía una semana que se fue a trabajar por el Cayo. Y pues ese día era un jueves, 1 de agosto. Él apenas estaba llegando de trabajar, salió a comprar. Y pues así de repente lo chocaron nomás y lo dejaron ahí botado. Pues no es justo, ¿verdad? Y es algo muy triste porque la persona solo lo chocó y se fue. Lo dejó ahí botado. No es un animal que chocaron, es un ser humano. Y pues tuvieron consecuencias porque murió, lo mataron y pues tiene 4 hijos. A esa persona que lo atropelló, que sepa que el muchacho Aurelio Pérez que atropellaron tenía 4 hijos y dejó a 4 niños sin papá.
While reports suggest that Paris was intoxicated when he was knocked down, Sarita says that is false. The death certificate signed by a medical doctor says that Paris died from acute traumatic brain and spinal cord injuries.
No. La autopsia no mostró que estaba tomando y él no estaba borracho y no estaba tomando. Él estaba llegando de trabajar, él tenía una semana que él estaba en el Cayo trabajando y él llegó aquí como a las 9:30. Y saliendo, pues él solo dejó sus herramientas y él salió porque dijo que vaya a comprar. Y pues, como saben, aquí enfrente de Tuonis es donde él vive y pues dando la vuelta más adelante de Blues fue donde lo chocaron, no muy lejos de su casa. Y el muchacho no estaba tomando, él no estaba borracho.
Mounting bills and 4 children to raise alone spells desperate times for Sarita Perez, who is asking the person that was behind the wheel of the vehicle that knocked down her husband to do the right thing and come forward.
Te lo digo a ti, tú sabes quién eres. Tú que lo atropellaste y lo dejaste ahí botado. Dejaste a 4 hijos sin papá, que no es fácil, para esos niños no va a ser fácil crecer. Te fuiste y lo dejaste ahí. Tú no sabes cómo estos niños se sienten, tú no sabes cómo los familiares se sienten, no es justo lo que hiciste. Y te recuerdo que si tienes hijos, te recuerdo que si estás consciente de lo que hiciste y si tienes hijos, te pedimos que te presentes con las policías y te pedimos que hables, que eso es todo lo que queremos, porque tú sabes que nosotros no estamos bien, tú sabes que nosotros no tenemos esa tranquilidad de nosotros y ese dolor que nosotros sentimos, eso no se lo deseamos a nadie. Y tienes hijos, si tienes hijos, no te iba a gustar que te choquen a ti. ¿O qué iba a pasar el día de mañana que te pase? Ponte a pensar, el día de mañana que tú no estés, tus hijos, ¿cómo tus hijos se iban a sentir? Si es que tienes hijos, tu mamá, ¿cómo tú crees que tu mamá va a sentir el día que te pase algo a ti? Que te choquen, que te maten. Tú no sabes lo que tú hiciste, preséntate.
Today, Paris visited the Corozal police station to get an update on the case. She told us the information remains the same. The investigation continues.
Pero lo que supimos que la policía nos dijo que van a estar investigando. Y lo que nos dijeron también fue que por el parabrisas, creo que se dice, por el parabrisas, que es un parabrisas pequeño, pues la policía dijo que por eso se ve que es un vehículo chico. Eso es todo lo que nos dijeron y nos dijeron que van a estar investigando, es nada más. Y pues a los policías sabemos que no es fácil, sabemos que ellos tienen mucho trabajo para hacer, yo sé que no se van a enfocar solamente en este caso, pero le pedimos que por favor que investiguen, que traten de investigar bien las cosas y que nos den una respuesta, queremos saber lo que pasó, queremos saber quién es. Los niños el día de mañana que los niños crezcan grandes, ¿qué les vamos a decir? ¿Quién atropelló a su papá? Los niños se van a hacer preguntas. Por favor, le pedimos a los departamentos de policía que por favor lo investiguen y que nos den respuesta y que nos digan. Queremos saber, estamos con eso que tenemos muchas preguntas, tenemos un question mark entre nosotros.
Anyone with information that can assist in the investigation is asked to visit nearest police station or call 922-TIPS. Elmer Cornejo, Ctv3 News.
An American journalist, Roderick Hilbert Boone, found himself in trouble at the start of his vacation in Belize after being caught with 22 grams of marijuana at the Philip Golson International Airport. Boone, hailing from North Carolina, pleaded guilty to the importation of controlled drugs and was fined $2,000 by the senior magistrate. He was given until August 28, 2024 to make the payment or face 1 year imprisonment. Boone, who identified himself as a multimedia journalist, claimed that he only had around 13 grams, attributing the discrepancy to the weighing process. Despite this, he admitted to importing the substance from North Carolina into Belize. The senior magistrate considered Boone's status as a first-time offender and his ties to Belize, including owning land in Hopkins, and plans to move to the country before determining the fine. Boone explained that he had the marijuana for medicinal purposes, citing pain in his left arm and claiming to be unaware that the allowable amount of personal use in Belize is 10 grams, as he believed 13 grams to be permissible. The authorities were alerted to Boone's possession of marijuana after a customs clerk at the airport detected the odor of the substance. Upon being questioned, Boone admitted to having the marijuana and handed over the police from a transparent plastic bag that he had in his possession after arriving from a Delta airline flight from Atlanta, Georgia. The Commission of Inquiry into the sugar cane industry will hold its first set public hearings from Tuesday, August 27th to Saturday, August 31st at Escuela Secundaria Mexico in San Roman Village in the Corozal district. The stakeholders that have been called for the public hearings in the north, including Belize Sugar Industries Limited, BSI, Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association, BSCFA, Corozal Sugarcane Farmers Association, CSCPA, Progressive Sugarcane Farmers Association, PSCPA, Northern Sugarcane Farmers Association, NSCFA, and the various arms of the Sugar Industry Control Board, SICB. Following the sessions in the north, the venue for the public hearings will move to the Ministry of Agriculture's conference room at the Agriculture Showgrounds in Belmopan. Santander Sugar, Belize Electricity Limited, and the Public Utilities Commission are being called to attend the public hearings in Belmopan. Of note is that while the public will not be allowed to sit in the official venues, the hearings will be streamed live on the Government of Belize Press Office Facebook page and will be recorded. The press, including radio and TV stations, as well as the newspapers and online media outlets, will be allowed to physically attend the full hearings or components of the hearings and to stream or record hearings as well. The Commission of Inquiry into the sugarcane industry was made official on March 19, 2024, when Prime Minister John Briceño signed a statutory instrument bringing it into law. The task of the Commission is to analyze the whole value chain of the sugarcane industry and is expected to present recommendations on various components of the industry and submit its final report to the Government of Belize by November 30, 2024. As previously mentioned, members of the Commission include Chairman Mr. Wayne Piper and 5 commissioners, namely Robert Mariette and Vinod Ramari from Mauritius, Jeffrey Joseph from Belize, Andrew Church from South Africa, and Simon Gibbons from the United Kingdom. Lorena Posada was appointed secretary to the commission, and Hugh O'Brien was appointed as lead coordinator for the Government of Belize. Marcos Osorio, chairman of the Sugar Industry Control Board, SICB, and Jose Novella made up the rest of the local coordinating team, and Mr. Kritin Nirmul was appointed technical coordinator to the commission. On the 14th of August, the World Health Organization, WHO declared the simian smallpox epidemic known as Mpox to be an international health emergency following an outbreak of cases in Africa. Monkeypox is an infectious disease caused by a virus transmitted to humans by infected animals, but it can also be transmitted from human to human through close physical contact. Smallpox is characterized by a rash or skin lesions generally concentrated on the face, hands, and feet. In most cases, the disease heals spontaneously within 2 or 3 weeks. With WHO encouraging all countries to strengthen surveillance, share data, and work to better understand the transmission of the virus, The Ministry of Health and Wellness here in Belize is already setting up health measures in case of a possible threat if the most recently the MOHW held consultations with the Corozal Commercial Free Zones Administration in sight of the proximity of Quintana Roo, Mexico, where Mpox has affected 8 persons so far. According to Dr. Julian Brown, Public Relations Officer at the Free Zone, investors have been briefed about MOHW's preventative measures in case of a threat and have been informed that the monitoring stage is in effect.
That Quintana Roo at this time does have 8 cases. The Ministry of Health does not know specifically where, at which level of Quintana Roo those cases are being reported, but it is estimated to be in Cancun. As days go along, we have to monitor if it does tend to lead to Chetumal, and in that case, we will have our awareness a bit more in tune. As it relates to measures, of course, we are still in COVID season. COVID has not reduced in the amount of cases, so it is recommended to start to wear masks, and as a general recommendation to always be sanitizing our hands. Those are things that are new in this modern era. Those are things that have to be customary, especially when dealing with persons. And as a free zone, as a management, we have already sent a general circular to our investors, to employees, so that they can follow these procedures. It's just a general recommendation at this point in time, but if there are cases that come in close contact to us, then we will have to proceed with the recommendations of the Ministry of Health.
So you would heighten your plan then?
Yes, exactly. At this point in time, we just have a SOP, and that is primarily for contact. It has already been, certain zones have been designated in the northern border area and the Corozal Free Zone for the containment of these persons, or so that they can be tested. It's not something that has Mpox is not as contagious as COVID, but we still have to be at heightened caution.
Symptoms in the feverish stage, which last between 1 to 3 days, include fever, intense headache, swelling of the lymph nodes, back pain, muscle ache, and lack of energy. With the rainy season upon us, drivers are asked to be extremely cautious while on the highways, as the pavement gets slippery and can be the cause for an accident. And it seems that is exactly what occurred this morning when a Tillit bus collided into a car near the Ctv3 junction in Corozal on the way to the northern border. This happened early this morning. Police officers and emergency personnel arrived on the scene minutes after the accident. Luckily, there was no casualties or persons with severe injuries. The cause of the accident is yet to be determined. Coming up next, Corozal Commercial Free Zone enters into an agreement with RJB Construction Company Limited for the upgrade of the boulevard within the zone. Stay tuned.
The Public Utilities Commission continues to drive changes for Belize's utility and ICT sectors by creating new regulations and updating existing laws and rules to elevate the legal framework for water, telecommunication, and electricity. Overall, our work at PUC allows for better protection of consumers and the environment, a comprehensive integration of renewable energy sources into the national power grid, assures businesses continuity of utilities, promote competition and investments, and enhances national development in Belize. PUC, transforming the utility and ICT sectors by modernizing the regulatory framework.
We're calling it a multipurpose park because it will have a variety of services and amenities. So right to my left here will be a state-of-the-art parking lot. Immediately in front of that, in 2 acres, we will have a hotel and convention center. Then on this side here, it's going to be recreational areas. On the northeast side, we're going to have an amphitheater for musicians so that persons visiting could have high quality entertainment with our well-known artists in Dangriga.
With this project, it gives the community an opportunity to work, to invest, to grow. More revenues for the town council. That means more streets, more drains, more parks, more playgrounds. The economy grows.
All of us have collaborated on making this a reality, and certainly this will have a huge impact in terms of employment, in terms of quality of life.
This evening, when we're looking at the park and the multi-purpose use of this park, this green area, and convert it to a park, again, it has to do with people, that they could bring people together.
Win big with Centaur. As a valued customer, we're showing our appreciation for your continued loyalty with an incredible promotion. Update your account and receive one ticket to win $1,000 cash towards your child's education expenses. Get an extra ticket for every month you pay in advance. One lucky winner for each of our 3 branches will receive $1,000 cash. Drawing date September 6 on the Despierta Belice morning show. Don't miss this opportunity to secure your child's education. Update your account now. Start earning those entry tickets and win big with Centaur.
Everybody knows that back-to-school shopping can be stressful and financially draining, especially for low-income households. In order to ease the burden on parents, several organizations carry out back-to-school drives, and those donations are then handed over to several lucky students. In Corozal, Thea Garcia Ramirez, the newly elected PUP standard bearer for Corozal Bay, handed over backpacks loaded with basic school supplies to students from a number of educational institutions. Elmer Cornejo was present for the handing over and filed the following story.
The back-to-school season marks an exciting new beginning as students embark on another year of learning. But each year, families are faced with increasing tuition and other costs, which can be a challenge without proper planning. Knowing well that for some families the new school year spells yet another expense that isn't possible, the PUP Corozal Bay standard bearer Thea Garcia Ramirez handed over backpacks filled with essential school supplies to hundreds of students. The items were handed over to each lucky recipient over the weekend as the back-to-school mission took center stage.
We got some school bags donated. I purchased some school bags, and we asked the schools primarily to suggest some names of some students that really needed a school bag. Children that needed a school bag might not have been able to afford a school bag, and so we got about a bit over 500 names. And we made the school bag distribution today here at the Dome in Joseito Layout. And we're here doing just that, giving a small treat, a small refreshment. We're also here, and I know you took some pictures of what we are giving to the schools. You know, schools have a hard time as well buying supplies, cleaning supplies, and just markers and glue and tape and certain things like that for everyday school use. And paper. Paper is always a very premium and highly sought after resource for school and school teachers. So we thought we'd give the schools as well a package of cleaning supplies and of paper and other supplies so that they can at least start out the new school year. Well, I'd like to tell you I find the energy all on my own, but I have a great team behind me. You see them working here today, and even when I get a little bit hungry and tired, you know, they really help me out. I want to tell them how much I appreciate them. It's an effort. A lot of what I do, and you see me, it's not me doing it alone. There's schools in the area. You know, this is my community as well. I live here. I went to Mary Hill school. I went to CCC. I'm a proud graduate of Corozal Junior College, and so it's my way of giving back to my community, giving back to the kids.
For Garcia Ramirez, the initiative spells a significant gesture of support and solidarity with those who believe that education is everybody's business.
Well, it's been a while since I've been in primary school or high school at that. And asked the teachers to go easy on the homework for the first week at least. I know the kids would appreciate that. You know, I think it's hard to be a teacher. There's a lot of expectations placed on teachers. I have a real appreciation for teachers. I have an aunt and 2 cousins who are teachers. And I see what they go through during the school year. It's a lot. They're expected to coordinate and coach extracurricular activities as well. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And so just to take it easy, enjoy it, you know. Happy back to school, everyone. I know the teachers are looking forward to it, but the parents are looking forward to it even more. But just let's all do our part is what I'm trying to say. The students, I'm hoping that you do your part. The teachers will do their part, I know. And the parents have a very big part to play as well. Teachers are supposed to teach subjects, math, science, whatever it is, and the parents are supposed to do their part at home as well. As a parent, I know when you teach your children discipline and to be nice and to be kind, it goes a long way in the classroom for teachers. And so parents, do your part as well. And then, you know, we'll have a great school year. I'm really looking forward to it.
Primary school is set to reopen for the new school year on Monday. Elmer Cornejo, Ctv3 News.
The Corozal Commercial Free Zone today signed a contract with RJB Construction Company Limited for the rehabilitation of the main Boulevard Road within the free zone. The Boulevard Road project marks a significant step in improving the infrastructure and overall accessibility of the free zone. At a value of more than $400,000, the project will cover approximately 210 meters of road, including lanes on both sides, and will feature comprehensive drainage solutions to ensure durability and longevity.
This is more than just a contract. It is a commitment to progress development and the future of the Corozal Free Zone. The Boulevard Road project represents a substantial investment in our infrastructure with a total cost of $447,245.20 Belize. Today, as we sign this contract agreement, we are also acknowledging the responsibility that comes with the investment. The Corozal Free Zone will make an initial down payment of 50%, amounting to $223,622.60. The remaining of the 50% of the project cost will be paid in 18 equal monthly installments of $13,430.12.
To ensure that the project meets the highest quality standards, Tria's Engineering Company Limited has been contracted to supervise the works.
The role of Tria's Engineering Company Limited is crucial. Their expertise will guide the project to ensure that it meets the highest standards of quality and efficiency. With their oversight, we can be confident that the roadworks will not only be completed on time, but will also stand to the test of time, contributing to the long-term success of the Corozal Free Zone. The cost of this supervision will cost $38,920 Belize, a strategic investment to guarantee that our project is executed with precision and professionalism. This approach reflects the responsible management of resources that the Corozal Free Zone Management and Board of Directors is committed to. By investing in thorough supervision and export guidance, we are ensuring that every dollar spent contributes to a brighter and more prosperous free zone. In just 2 months' time, we expect this project to reach to a completion, and with the vigilant oversight of Chia's engineering, we are confident that the results will exceed our expectations.
The project is expected to be completed within 2 months. Climate Week 2024, Uniting for a Sustainable Future Through Innovation and Inclusivity, the third of its kind, has brought youths from across the Orange Walk district for a 2-day youth forum focused on climate change in Belize. The 2-day event is being hosted by the Ministry of Sustainable Development and Climate Change through the National Climate Change Office under the theme Climate Action, Inspiring Change, Driving Advocacy, Promoting Inclusivity, and Fostering Innovation. The 2-day event, according to Climate Change Minister Honorable Orlando Habet, saw presentations by climate change experts from Belize and the region aimed at engaging youth towards advancing climate action and building a more resilient future for Belize.
We realize that one of the more important stakeholders are the young people. All indications coming from the United Nations and other studies from EcoSoc are telling us that youth are really vulnerable to the effects of climate change, and they are really disproportionately affected, so we need to include them. But also important because young people can become some of our strongest advocates. And so if we go to universities or the sixth forms and then we realize that they are not involved, it's because possibly there's not enough information, and so they cannot become advocates if they're not informed. So in this way, with the fora, we can get them engaged, get them to understand and to be informed about what is currently happening, not only in Belize, but also globally, and how the climate change effects affect us. So also, they will also be helping us to advance areas where they can be involved in driving policy, because ourselves as legislators can be influenced positively by the young people in how we formulate these pieces of legislation that can guide the way forward. Today's theme is climate action, where we're looking at advocacy, inclusivity, and also innovation. So inclusivity, again, very important, because once you involve them, then they become not only the advocates, but they can also be part of the solution. So that is very important. In terms of innovation, I think that more important than anybody else, or any other group, because the young people are really versed in new technologies, in artificial intelligence, in digitization, and hopefully someday we can find the funding as a government to build these buildings, or to refurbish some that possibly exist, to convert them into climate and other education centers for technology and innovation. Because young people have bright ideas, but they need to have somewhere where they can meet, share these ideas and develop it, so they need our support.
With a focus on inspiring actionable solutions and fostering climate resilience, Belize Climate Week 2024, according to Minister Habet, seeks to be a catalyst for positive change in Belize.
So I think there are diverse perspectives. Some of them understand a lot and they know a lot, and some are a little bit behind. But I think that the opportunities that we can give them through the forum is important, but also they can also learn in school. And of course, now we are all open to the internet, where they can do some research and learn. But the programs that we have in place in Belize should afford the opportunities for young people to be more engaged and to be involved. In the last 2 or 3 years, in our participation at the COP meetings, we have been able to take at least one, sometimes two young persons to be representatives and go to these events, and so they become exposed, and we have bright young people who we have taken, and they really do a good job. So I think from that, I think that we can learn from them also, but they also learn from us and seeing what we're doing. we might be looking, because sometimes we say that some of the areas that we have to look at are nature-based solutions to climate change, but they might be looking at new technologies, for example, and what can be done. So it's a win-win situation with them.
Working off of ideas and discussions during Climate Week, Belize will continue its work to drive advocacy, promote inclusivity, and spark innovation in the fight against climate change as we prepare for COP29 in November of this year.
Yeah, it has to be that all the stakeholders will have to work together. So we'll have to have government, we'll have to have the private sector, the NGOs, and when we look at some of the stewards of the environment, for example, the indigenous communities, people who live along these areas that are vulnerable, and then the young people, I think we have to come together to plan the way forward, but also to see how we can mitigate as much as possible the impacts of climate change, and then how we can find the solutions and adapt to the effects of climate change by doing projects that will become resilient to the effects of climate change.
Other events for Climate Weeks include a youth and agriculture forum as well as a negotiators training, which will be happening later this week.
As you can see, we have been facing different levels of disasters, hurricanes, wildfires. So for us, the youths are key component in fighting climate change, and including them, which is part of the team, is to have them make sure that we can pass on the right knowledge, the right information, and also get that from them, because some of our youths here are very advanced, are very knowledgeable when it comes to climate, and it's key for us to hear from them. Their voices is very important to have this event a successful event. For tomorrow and the following day, we are having Agriculture Day. So we will focus on the farmers and to have an interaction with them as well, what they're facing, and also to bring ideas and to showcase them ideas how to innovate and have technology to help us fight climate change. The last day of our Climate Week is based on Negotiation Day. We will be having trainings with our core delegation team and also welcome other new delegates to our delegation team in preparation to COP29.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness, with support from UNICEF Belize, launched the Community Health Workers CHW Manual and Job Aid Tool, which is expected to significantly strengthen Belize's primary health care system. The updated CHW manual focuses on training community health workers in areas of both technical and communication skills. While the 2013 competency-based training curriculum laid the foundation for CHWs, this revised manual offers a more comprehensive approach, including new topics such as mental and adolescent health. The system also introduces teaching strategies to enhance skill building and health promotion services. Feedback from CHWs played a crucial role in shaping the manual, job aid, and visual resources.
So this new manual that we are launching today is a comprehensive document that encompasses the different topics that are cross-cutting across the Ministry of Health and Wellness. It includes topics ranging from maternal child health, mental health, which was deficient in the first manual. We have environmental health, we have nutrition, and it really is a document that was developed with the feedback from the different partners and the community health workers themselves. Initially, we started with a review and a desk analysis of what is existing and what is deficient. And so with those results, we were able to put together a draft document, which of course we reviewed, we edited, and it encompass the feedback from all our technical advisors who also work very closely with the community health worker program.
Essentially a Bible to them. Without the manual, they can't really perform their duties efficiently.
Well, we have, in addition to the manual, trainings that are ongoing, and it's really to build the capacity of the community health workers. Accompanying the manual is a job aid tool, which is a document or like a flip chart that they can carry when they're out in the field doing their health education, they're doing sensitization and other outreach activities. They are able to look at that reference tool for key messages, for more information if they want to go back and check something that they're unsure of, they can make reference to this document. So it's really something that will better equip them and empower them and give them that confidence when they're out in the field doing their education. Because ideally what we want is for these community health workers to be independent, to be confident, and fully equipped out in the field.
Similarly, UNICEF recognizes the importance of CHWs in improving access to primary health care for undeserved populations, contributing significantly to universal health coverage and the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs.
Last year, I had the discussion with the ECOPA unit led by Ms. Kathleen and her team to look at the Community Health Worker program in Belize. We use a tool called Community Health Worker Improvement Matrix to assess what are the areas of improvement. One of the areas we discovered was the training. The old manual that was developed in 2013 was found not to be sufficient anymore in terms of the content. If you can remember, in the last few years, especially during the COVID, community health workers were very supportive during the COVID outbreak. So that led to the need to review their term of reference, their scope of work as much as possible. And more importantly, because when the government increased their stipend from $100 billion to $500 billion, it became so important that there needs to be need to expand their scope of work. So when you look at the old manual of 2013, there are so many deficiencies. So we sat down with the government and they agreed together there was need for us to review the old manual so that it can cover the whole component of primary health care. Community health workers are supposed to provide primary health care services. And primary health care has almost about 10 key areas of focus: maternal and child health, mental health, communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases, nutrition, vector-borne diseases. So the previous manual did not cover most of those areas. So we sat down with the government and decided, look, let's support them. So UNICEF supported with engaging the fund that was used to engage the consultant was provided by UNICEF. So not only the funding, we also provided technical support. We also guided the consultant during the process to ensure the manual met the standards, because we try to compare the manual with other countries.
Funding for the program was done through UNICEF Belize as well as the government of Belize. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Call dark and horny at 12 o'clock.
I've been waiting 40 years for this. They called themselves Ghostbusters. According to these hacks, they saved the world. No eyewitnesses. And who is found to carry the torch? Descendants of Egon Spengler. You have a miner hanging out the side of a moving vehicle, firing a laser gun indiscriminately.
Has a proton pack.
It's completely safe.
I wouldn't say completely safe.
The Ghostbusters are finished. Right, well, overruled.
Sustained.
Thank you.
You the weird guy who buys strange old things?
Correct on both counts.
Buddy, you just hit the jackpot.
What is it?
Better question is, what's inside of it?
The parables tell of an unimaginable evil commanding an army of ghosts. With the power to kill by fear itself.
Like literally scared to death?
We might be looking at a second ice age.
We're gonna need all the help we can get.
Let's get to work.
Can I be of any help? Melnitz in uniform. Yes.
If there's something strange, if there's something weird, who are people gonna call?
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
We're the Ghostbusters. Can I tell you something else? What? Buster makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
Heads up. Tall, dark, and horny at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's a historic day for Dangriga, for the country of Belize. We have been waiting for 24 years to open this port.
Today, with the collaboration of the government of Belize, I am pleased to welcome you to this groundbreaking ceremony to mark the rejuvenation of the Port of Commerce Bight and the return of commerce through tourism in Dangriga. The reopening of this port under Southern Deep Port Development Limited will see significant employment, planned for over 100 employees during the 3-year construction period and over 60 full-time employees thereafter, impacting the well-being of the Dangriga and surrounding communities.
We brought some consultants from the Bahamas who has done this in several Caribbean islands, and they went all across the country, and when they came back they signaled Commerce Bight as being one of the areas with the greatest potential for packet cruises and nautical tourism.
Any developing country or developed country, for there to be long-term development, there has to be a good port. We're going to work with you, that we're going to ensure that this is a success, because your success is our success, it is Belize's success.
On August 25, 2024, Prime Minister John Briceño arrived in Guatemala to engage in high-level discussions with President Bernardo Arévalo. Upon landing at La Aurora International Airport, Briceño was warmly greeted by Guatemalan Foreign Minister Carlos Ramiro Martinez. The visit, organized at the invitation of President Arévalo, includes a delegation of Belizean ministers and private sector representatives aiming to explore mutual benefits and strengthen ties between neighboring nations. Carazal is considered a brotherly community where compassion and assistance for those in need is always available. That is exactly what led members of the Iglesia Bautista Fe de Corozal to raise funds and purchase school supplies for needy children in the area. On Saturday, the items were handed over to their lucky recipients, and it is expected that this coming Sunday more students will be assisted.
Y les estamos haciendo una atenta invitación a todos los padres de familia, a todos los niños, a que este domingo nos visiten en la iglesia. La iglesia está ubicada enfrente de las oficinas del PUP, sobre la calle de College Road. Ahí está la iglesia, en el primer tope, casi en el primer tope estamos ahí ubicados. Y el domingo les vamos a regalar cuadernos a los niños que nos visiten. Tenemos cuadernos para 50 niños. Los primeros 50 niños que lleguen a la iglesia estarán llevando cuadernos para este regreso a clases, y la atenta invitación es para que nos visiten, escuchen la palabra de Dios y se acerquen al camino de Dios. La Biblia dice que instruye al niño en su camino y cuando sea grande te lo va a agradecer. Entonces es la atenta invitación que les estamos haciendo, por favor no falten. Queremos ayudar y queremos apoyar como iglesia a aquellas personas que están batallando para poder conseguir cuadernos. Los cuadernos son gratis y obviamente Dios está dando esta oportunidad de que escuchen primeramente el Evangelio y se lleven unos cuadernos para este regreso a clases. El sábado tenemos un club de niños a las 4 de la tarde. Les esperamos a las 4 de la tarde. Palabra de Dios, regalos, juegos.
For more information, you can reach a church leader at telephone number 603-1144. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, August 27th, here on Ctv3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3believenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3believenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News VZ. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.